Hi there, Major Hawkins, and this is the FV301 British Tech Tree Tier 8 light tank. I have two replays for you here where I'll go through a little bit of my thought process and positioning in a light tank like this. I do play it a little bit different than I would play a tank like the Sheridan or the T92E1. Since you have higher DPM, or not higher DPM per se, but you do have a fast reload and it's a pew-pew gun. So I do run it with a rammer, and you have 4.3 seconds reload, and I think it's 190 alpha and 225 on the standard pen. It is a rather nimble tank, and it's good to get around the map and just shoot people for a little bit of damage here and there, and then utilize the high rate of fire when you can do that. You see the M103 is going into B here, and he's sitting in the cap, and he's getting pretty much obliterated from the T95E2 over there, which also have an incredibly high DPM. And he doesn't focus me at all. He could have done that, but as long as he's not focusing me, I'm just focusing him and trying to help out a 103 there. You see Ace being capped and C's being capped, and I know that the AMX 120 or 5120 was off to my right side, and I was a little bit concerned that he would circle me, but he was actually going back towards the front of the 103, so that gave me time to get away from there. I saw the AMX 5100 was on the C side, but he was almost dead, so now I'm going this way, and I'm going to go C side to see if I can fire that 5100 and kill him, because that is one thing that the FV301 is good at, is getting those, especially those low hit point targets, and then clear them. One thing in a light tank also that I consider also is that I usually don't go frontline. I do that to begin with to spot the enemy, but then I kind of pull back in order to have my heavy tanks and maybe some TDs with some hard armor to come up front, and then I'll rather circle around the map or try to fight from behind. So I'll still keep the enemy spotted if I can. I'll put another video up on the Object 907, the tier 10 Russian tank, where I'll go through some of the same stuff about making sure to spot the enemies and stuff like that. So circling all the way around, because I do have the speed to get away from there. I know the E2 was the only medium they have left, and he was low health, so I could clear him. But the problem here is that the turtle blocks my shot. So I can't really fight that head on, and I don't want to take that fight. So I'm trying to get away from here again. Now I turned two tanks' attention to me and just resetting my camo before I move, because otherwise it'll just shoot me here. And then I'm trying to get back to my team again and support my two tank destroyers down on B. It doesn't look too good, but still we have two caps. We're down on cap points because we lost 3 heavy tanks already. We know the 5100 is somewhere. I haven't seen him since I lost track of him. And now I run into some problem here, and that is that I'm getting shot from the hill up there, and that's really annoying. And the second shot there. So I got rid of the 100, and my reload gives me just enough time to clear this guy here. So I'm hoping that the Ferdinand will pull back and not just sit there and let himself being killed. For some reason I didn't repair my driver. I'm just concerned that the AMX 5120 will clear me, because I'm a one-shot to pretty much anything. So I'm just letting the 120 push him, and just supporting the 120 the best I can. The problem here is that he's dying, and well, didn't do too good. And I didn't count the shells, so I'm not sure if he has one shot left, but I want to clear that if possible. So now it's me against 4. Me against 3. We're down on cap points, but up on caps. There comes the Progetto running away. I know I have the T20 prototype in the turtle. The turtle was almost full health. The prototype somewhere around 25% health maybe. So I know I got a lucky. Well, he didn't hit me there, so that was quite lucky. I know I probably doesn't have a chance to win this game, but I need to have a cap. Especially since B is starting to be capped just a second here. I was considering to just go around, but since B is being capped, I know that probably the the prototype or the one of them anyway is going into B. And it's not the fastest of tanks. The Progetto is quite fast, but I should be able to cap this before I'm getting rushed, and then I can get out of there. So if I can just get a couple of shots into the T28, I should be able to clear him. If I can stay out of reach of the Progetto and get behind the turtle, maybe on distance. The problem is that if they have 2 caps, it'll count up too fast, so I need to take that cap to have a chance to win. And here I miscalculate because I saw that actually as the turtle, and that's why I kept moving. Otherwise, I would have stopped and shoot him in the back of the engine deck there, but then I would have probably died to the turtle coming off to the right. So, yeah, running around the map, and trying to get those different angles, or trying to counter what the opposing team is doing, and always try to not be the center of attention, and try not to be the focus of the enemy team. So once you get up there and you spot them, make sure that you have some backup, go back to your team if all possible, and then let your heavy hitters and your heavy tanks with a lot of armor come up front, and then they can do the trading game while you utilize your DPM, because that is what it's all about, right? So medium and light tank is a DPM game, in my opinion. Sometimes if you have a high alpha gun, you can obviously trade, but not with something like this, because 190 alpha is quite low, especially when most of the medium tanks in tier 8 has 225, 240, and some of them even higher than that. So this game here, Borsig was spotted down there. I do have my T62 with me. I'm just going around here because I wasn't spotted by the Borsig, and he probably won't spot me when I come around here. He has a high concealment rating, so I'm trying to stay in the bushes here and see if I can spot something up. And again, it seems like my team is being rushed from the other side. The 41D, the Chinese collector tier 7, has an incredibly high DPM. Not the best of pen, but just so high DPM. So now we know the SU-120 152. He can almost one-shot me. I don't know where the Scorpion is, but probably down on the far end there on the hill. I do a mistake here because nothing is spotted up except this Progetto here, and he actually spots me when I shoot at him. And I stay up here in the bush, which was dumb because the Scorpion is getting, he shoots me anyway. So again, I don't want to take that fight, just making sure that I'm not spotted and I can get out of there. I'm leaving the Type 62 and I'm telling him to fall back because there's no reason why he should stay there, because the Scorpion will have him on crossfire and the SU can pretty much kill him in a single shot. You see the Progetto is staying here, so I'm just going behind him here and trying to stay safe in the Scorpion. Switching to an HE. It does have OK AP, or not AP, HE penetration and also DPM wise. So there goes the Type 62. The SU, he shoots the building there. If that shell went through there, it would have been the end of me. Look at the Tornwagen. He's crying out for help. Look his position there. All the way in the far back corner. The TD spot, right? And the Borsig, who should be sitting in that spot, is actually going front line. Why can't people find out how to play their tanks? I mean, yeah, a Tornwagen with what? 380 dispersion is sitting in the back playing a tank destroyer. And our softest tank destroyer in the entire team is going front line. Great. Fantastic. Look at the dispersion and the precision of this gun here. I don't want to go out to the bush and clear him. I could have done that, but the problem is, again, I will suffer 400 to 500 damage from the Scorpion down in the corner. So I got a little bit of lucky there because he could have shot me at that time. So 4 versus 3. I want to get out of here, but I'm still spotted, and that's why I suffer that 400 damage. I don't know what the Tornwagen is doing. I know the Object 252U is down there in the ditch, and I really, really want these two, the E10 and the Tornwagen, to go out and go front line. And I'm actually, I think I tell them to please move up. Pardon my French here, but that is just sad. I mean, when you have 2 heavy tanks like that sitting in the back of the map and just spawn sniping, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to spot up the team, but I can't go out in the open because I'll be one-shotted, and then we'll lose the battle because they don't move. And see, another soft TD is going frontline with me, but not our heavy tanks. I just love it. Anyways, the Scorpion clears the M41D here, which was really great. And that way we will have, again, the Tornwagen is crying for help. Help for what? you're in a hull down heavy with 400 alpha. Just go already. I'm anticipating the Scorpion still to be out there. But since nobody's shooting back at me, and I want to make sure that the Scorpion is with me, because the moment I spot him, he'll probably spot me too, and I'm trying to put his attention over there where I put my marker, and that's where he pops up. And I don't want to go forward. I didn't switch to HE, which was it was a mistake. Just wanted to make sure that I got in safety if he turned his gun and aimed at me and instantly killed me. So HE here works out nice. Tornwagen is now dead, so yeah, good job. 8 hit points left. We're both one shots to each other. I don't want to go out here because I don't know what's up with the object 252. At this time, I'm beginning to think that he may be AFK, and that was just sad because, well, I wanted that kill. Anyway, you see the object is actually AFK. So we had an E10 and a Tornwagen trying to hit an object 252U for the most of the game anyway. Just sitting here ready to back up in case that he actually comes alive again. Trying to shoot his engine and get him on fire, but, well, doesn't work. So that was the 2 replays with the FV301. As a light or a medium tank, if you don't have any light, so anyway, medium light tanks, I see him as pretty much the same. The playstyle is very similar, especially if you have a soft in a soft tank. You need to go out there and spot the enemy. But once you spot the enemy, you don't have to stay there. You can move back, and you can stay in cover. You can rotate around. You can support your team, but don't take that frontal engagement. And that's the problem here in the last game, as you saw, where you have the 2 heavy tanks sitting in the back, refusing to move, and that can be very frustrating sometimes. But you have to try to make your way around the map and see if you can create those angles, and maybe if your teammates then are spotted eventually, then you can probably do some navigating and do some flanking. And fortunately, the Scorpion there helped me out in the end. So that was the FV301, and that was actually my first ace in the first battle there. So a loss and an ace, it counts. So 100 battles played, 101. I'm doing okay in it, I think, lately. I hadn't played it in a long time, so I think I can do a little bit better if I get back to it now. Anyway, let me know what you think about the FV301, and then sorry about the rather long video here. Other than that, stay safe, take care, and happy tanking out there. See you in game. Bye bye.